this military intervention stopped, or is it stopping that process?
The operation started last night. Will have a serious implication on the progress the Houthis have made so far. There is no doubt about it. Let's remember that the whole progress Houthis have made actually is being made on the support of Ali Abdullah Saleh. And as long as this sort of unseen coalition is working on, it will be a tough confrontation in Yemen, simply because the forces, the air forces, they have to tackle both the Houthis forces and the Ali Abdullah Saleh forces. For that reason, we see there is a focus on all of the bases belong to Ali Abdullah Saleh.
So is it working?
It's so far. I mean,
they can save Aden. They've saved Aden for now.
So far, they disrupt the whole effort Houthis have done so far to control Aden. There is a serious report that Aden now is far away from their hands. There is a serious effort now in other places like Lahaj, like Taiz. There is a serious confrontation there between Houthis and Abdul Mansur Hadi forces. So instead of just Houthis are progressing now. They are facing real resistance from within Yemen, and that is because of these airstrikes took place from last night.
We saw people in protests coming out in places like Taiz holding up pictures of President Hadi, holding up pictures even of the Saudi king. To what extent, though, is there an internal cohesive front against the Houthis, because the anti-Houthi side is very much fractured as well, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, let's remember that the Houthis, if you use the language of minority and majority, they are a minority in the Yemeni context. In the Yemeni context, Houthis, they were living in Saada. They have this kind of support from Ali Abdullah Saleh. They were able to have a good relation with Iran because of Ali Abdullah Saleh, and that relation basically they work on that for nearly 10 years. Now, Houthis in Yemen, there will be an effort to get them on board in any political process in the future. They will not be, out of the game. Of course, the taste of defeat will be seen, because basically now all Yemenis see Houthis as being anti the unity of Yemen, anti the I would say the Zaydi's identity of Yemen, and they see them as being annoying Yemenis in last I would say since September 2014, when they started this operation of controlling Sana'a. So now there is a real desire in Yemen, and we saw that the Yemenis is sincere of having a united, I would say a government, a state, because they had worked on this for years now. And what happened after the revolution 2011, that Houthis has benefited on that moment, and they try to redirect the effort of Yemenis towards something serving their own interest. At that moment, we find that the fragmentation took place in the Yemeni political, I would say, bodies. Now, Houthis needs to go back to the Yemeni front, where basically they are part of Yemeni society. Yemenis, other players, they have to consider working with Houthis. This doesn't mean that all of what happened in September, they are the enemy within the country. There are a lot of something in common with it, and they have to work on it. And I think
but it doesn't look like that. I mean, the scenario which you're laying out now, it does look like, at least from the Houthi perspective, that they see a chance in order to solve this problem militarily.
Simply because their approach from the beginning was militarily. I mean, Houthis, again, they are a minority within Yemen. How come they were able to control all of these cities? Because they have a military, support from Ali Abdullah Saleh. So, with the absence of military, and weapons, if they come and sit and negotiate, they will be equal. All Yemenis, they will be equal. And this is what other Yemenis, they speak about. They speak about being equal. Put the gun aside, let's talk about the future of Yemen. And this is the tone we hear from, I hear this morning at least.
All right, Mahjoob Zweiri, always good to hear your thoughts. Thanks for coming in.